Who the fuck's this? Are you registered? I don't believe you are. That's someone else, isn't it? Hello, lads. Who's this commenting? Hello, people. Just be starting soon. Just waiting for a few more to join. I think we've got a couple more, and then we're ready to go. Here's Casey. Just one more thumbnail on the video. That's my laptop. You're almost ready to go, Van? There we go. It's thumbnail on. Quick go check. Is it on? How we doing, people? I think we're just waiting on Heavy Head to join and we're all good to go. Let me just go over the start list for everyone. Let's see who will actually be making it. I think we have one more. Who's not making it? So we know Gio's not making it. Corey's not making it, and break the rules. So it's just Heavy Head, man. Yep, Heavy Head's loading up his game. So whilst we're doing that, I'm gonna go quickly take a quick break and get a drink before we head into qualifying. 1 minute. when I just got a call off of Heavyhead. We'll be starting very soon. I think he's just having some technical difficulties. Got a few people watching. How many's there? So I think we're only missing 3 drivers today, so that's good. Should you have a stream out to your mates? Let's get going. Let's get some fans going. That's a 4, let's wham it on the socials. I've got to wham it on the Twitter. You know. I may or may not have accidentally forgot to do that. Who hasn't joined? Yeah, it's just Heavyhead. So we're just waiting for the last few, or the last guy to join, and we are ready to go for round 1. So, if you are new, well, if you don't know how this works, you're not on the Discord. 8 rounds. Check out the channel trailer, that tells you a lot that you need to know. We've got 8 rounds here. There's meant to be 14 cars, 3 aren't here today, we're waiting on 1 more to join. The GT3 cars, Gran Turismo Sport, round 1 at Suzuka, the favourites. Well, we don't know yet. Let's get some stuff going. Let's run my keyboard on. That's wait. So Dino Rod's currently top of practice. Where's Devil? Is Devil not gone out on a run yet? No, Devil's 9th. He's not gone out on a lap yet. Starting soon. What's your guys' predictions? Let's get in the chat. Let's see what your predictions are. Dino currently fastest, so 1:59.8. It's slower than we've seen in the practice sessions all week. We've been seeing the best lap that was set yesterday in practice was a 1:57.9 by JM Devil. JD Shadaim in the Mazda. He's expecting qualifying, going to see a bit faster lap times. Here is Heavyhead. He's on. So we will exit and we're gonna, let's get this ready. Let's go over the grid very quickly. So we've got a few Porsches, a few VWs. I think there's 3 Beetles, 4 Porsches. Healthy mix of cars. Just waiting for Heavyhead to ready up. Let's get going. Who's ready to start racing? Here's where it botches, glitches out, and we have to do a restart. Come on, people. It's a real shame. Hopefully, next week for the Bathurst event, we have a co-commentator with me. Let's see, is it working? We are out of qualifying. First out seems to be JM Devil, the fastest in all of practice. He's out first, looking to set the early pace. That's gonna be a hard benchmark to set, or a hard benchmark to beat. He is a lot of people's favourites coming into this race. It's a 10-minute qualifying followed by an hour-long race. GT3 cars, of course. The staple of Gran Turismo, you could say, the Group 3 cars, the most popular in all of the daily races there, up there. There's a bit of a train going on. Dino Rod, he was fastest in practice. He's going to have a bit of a slipstream there by Terrible Tim, the Canadian. If you don't know... Oh, that's an old message. Right. Got scared then. Heavy head cuts the course a bit. Don't know what's going on there. Now, Kaiser, Platz and Phil the File, they're in pits. I think they might be waiting a bit. I'm not too sure what's going on there. So, GTEL, Gran Turismo Euro League. It's a, what you could call a endurance sprint. I know it's a bit of an oxymoron, but 1 hour races, that's not considered sprint races, but as it's timed, it's considered endurance. GT3s and Group 3 cars only. 8 rounds. We've got Division 2 starting in a couple of weeks with a 2-hour event at Mount Panorama, the Bathurst 120. It's going to be an exciting multi-class race as JM Devil comes through the final chicane. He's going to start his first time lap. See what the benchmark is. Everyone's out now. Is Kaiser Platz coming out of the pits as well? Let's have a quick check on him. Yes, he's out. As you see, JM Devil down into turn 1, braking around about the 50 mark, swing the car in, you tap of the brakes, bit of a downshift. As you see there, then swings it in, and then once you're fully into turn 2, you then start shifting down up towards the hill. Heavy heads into the pits. He'll be changing off those hard tyres, I'm sure. Soft, medium, and harder tyres allowed. So, I think we're going to be seeing faster times as we go along. There'll be out lap, hot lap, in lap, and then go again. Not taking any fuel. The lighter your car gets, faster it's going to be. He comes at the top of the S section, one of the most famous sections. There's 3 main when you think Suzuka, there's 3 main things. You think the Degnas, which is coming through now, the crossover 130R or the S's. They're 4 of the 3 you think of. The Degnas is normally on the latter side. It's normally the S's, the crossover and 130R, but Spoon can be thrown into it. The Dunlop hairpin, which JM Devil's coming through now. Draw ones you can think of. Genergy, he comes through the Dunlop hairpin a bit shaky. LRKC has a bit of a run up. He's going to be in a bit of a slipstream of Genergy. Further back then in that Monster Energy Audi R8 livery is MCFC. Is a bit of a train further back. Terrible Timmy, he's gonna be giving JD a bit of a slipstream down towards Spoon. He's in the Monster. He's one of the favourites for a podium. Further back, another favourite for a win here is Dino Rod. Expect a good battle between him and JM Devil. JM Devil comes through 130R now, and he's gonna 3 more corners to go, 1 braking zone, and that'll be the benchmark lap time. It's looking quite a solid lap, 150 as he comes through there. I'm looking for about 155 by the pit exit, but it's 153. This is looking mightily quick for his first lap. Across the line, it's a 158.082. That is very impressive. Genergy comes across the line for a 202. He gets put back down to the bottom of the pack by LRKC as he sets a 2-minute 2.3. Yeah, a 2-minute 0.3. MCFCE comes around the final turn. What lap times are you looking at? A 2:05. That's quite slow. Terrible Tim, he's looking like he could be put into the mix. A 2:01. JD a 1:59.4. That's quite quick. That's looking like it could be a top 3 finish. Top 3 on the grid. Dino Rod goes into 4th with a 2-minute 4. 200ths between him and KC. Heavy head further back as he starts his first flying lap. As he pitted the first lap at 2:13, he gets a bit of back tyres burnt. Sergio style. Oh, heavy head spins it at turn 1. Catches it quite nice. Doesn't send it into a full spin. Yellow flags. Who's gone down further back? Phil's coming through Spoon a bit shaky. That's going to ruin his lap time a bit. But after the first set of laps, JM Devil has a 1.3 second lead to JD Shadime in the Mazda. LRKC, he's further back down. And then Dino Rod. Expect improvements from Dino Rod. He's always been on the pace in practice. He can rival Devil. Devil's mightily quick though. Who's battling it down at Spoon? Let's see. Genergy. He's going to have a bit of a tow by LRKC. I don't know how close he is. Phil comes across the line. That puts him dead last with a 209. He's going to have some improvements to make. Kaiserplatz comes across the line at 204. LRKC, what lap time's he going to set as he comes through the final chicane? Final braking zone. It's critical you get this right. You can clatter the curbs a bit, get on top of them. And he goes into the pit, so Ginergy, what's he going to say? He comes across the line, is it going to be an improvement? No, he's made a mistake somewhere down the line. He's on the mediums as well, so he could be looking for a bit of a strategy. So that's going to be interesting. Devil pitted to get some fresh tyres, so as he's... Oh, he refueled a thing, that's not ideal for him. Second place, is he going to improve? He's going to need a big improvement. There's 3 minutes left. We're going to be seeing one more lap time from each of them. Heavy head as he comes across the line. What's it going to be? Despite that horrifics at turn 1, it puts him 7th. He's going to have to go again. I think he will have time to... No, he won't have time to pit and go again. That's unfortunate. Not like a good session for him. Devil as he comes through the S section, up the hill. Clattering with curbs quite nicely, and that quite, what you could say, historic, that's most famous on one of the Porsches that won at Le Mans in the 60s, I believe, that Golf livery, but it's put on the VW Beetles. Quite a nice car. It's not an actual GT3 car, it's one of the Group 3 cars, which is Gran Turismo's basically doing a GT3 car. The Beetles, quite a popular car, quite a historic car in real life. Don't quote me on that, as he goes fast. He goes fastest through the first sector. Bit shaky at the rear. Solid exit. Fishtailing a bit, but well caught. It's nothing major, but a few hundredths lost there. Are we going to see a sub 58 lap time from Devil? As Phil comes across the line, he goes into 8th with a 203. As Devil comes through Spoon, Kaiserplatz comes across the line. Genergy, where's he? He comes through 130R. He's looking to set a fast lap time. He's coming across his own. Don't think this is going to be an improvement as he runs wide of a chicane. He's got one more to go. If you pit now, you're not going to have another chance at a lap time. Through 130R, beautifully quick goes Devil. He's catching up to the back of Terrible Tim. He's got a bit of a slipstream here as Devil. Tim's looking quite slow. I don't think he's going to improve. As Tim crosses the line, doesn't improve. Devil doesn't improve either. No. It's unfortunate. His lap time didn't set. I'm not too sure what's gone on there. Further back, Heavy Head improves into 5th with a 2 minute. He has another lap to go, I believe. Yeah, 2 minute 0.6. He has another lap he can go. Looking like Devil's secure on pole. JD comes down the pit straight. He's got one more lap. We've all got one more lap in them. LRKC comes into Degner 1. That Leon's Esports, I believe, livery, sponsored by Rogue Energy. The number 97 Porsche. You have a bit of a triangle as there's yellow flags through Degner as Genergy has span it at the Dunlop hairpin. Let's see if Casey can get a bit of a tow here. He's sitting in 3rd. There's some improvements that Casey could get here. He's a British driver running the Spanish flag. So if you're a British fan and you want to support him, he's there. He's not actually Spanish. He just lives in Spain, as we was told this information. He's told us a lot on this call. His energy goes wide at Spoon as well. Is he going to let him through? I think yes, he has. Doesn't want to cause any problems to Casey. Phil improves again with a 2-minute 2.8, but Kaiser Platz then knocks him back down again. Looks like we might have quite a close midfield battle here. Through 130 goes Casey. He's not looking like he's going to go faster this lap, in spite of lighter car. JD comes through Spoon, we'll see anyways. He comes across the line, not quite, through the chicane. That's not going to be an improvement. He's quite low down, that's a shame. Who's next to come across? Genergy goes into the pits as he'll be the first to take the checkered flag. Third for him. Dino Rod gets all shaky at the rear. That could be massive loss for him, as he's someone who's predicted to be on the front row and rival Casey. Heavyhead comes across the line. What's he going to set? Is he going to improve? No. Devil, does he improve? No. Dino Rod, does he improve? No. The one has a bit of contact at the back. JD doesn't improve, so JM Devil on pole. That's a bit of a shocker. I would have had Dino Rod in my front row predictions, but he's down in 4th. Casey has a good performance, but JD, he's been midfield in practice. That's quite impressive from him. Heavyhead in 5th after having a spin. I'm sure he'll be more than happy with that after spinning at turn 1. Kaiser Platz is down in 8th. Phil DeFile, he's done. I think the last person to set a lap will be... No, everyone's set a lap. Everyone's taken the checker. So, JD on... Devil on pole. JD second. Casey in 3rd and Dino Rod in 4th. Heavyhead in 5th. Terrible Tim, he didn't have a bad performance in... I forgot what car Tim's in. I think he's in one of the Beetles. Kaiser Platz says he's happy with how he's gone. MCFC, he leads after a shoddy performance, 7 seconds off. There's the results. Well then, let's get into this. It's looking like it's going to be a good race. Probably thinking about 2-stop strategy. You see there, JM Devil on pole, JD Shadime in the Mazda in 2nd, Casey and Dinrod on the 2nd row, Heavyhead and Terrible Tim. They could challenge for a podium if something happens, but here is your pole sitter, JM Devil. On the 2nd row, JD, 3rd row Casey, 4th row Dino Rod, 5th through 6th Heavyhead and Terrible Tim as lights out, and away we go then for round 1 of the GTEL. There's a bit of a gap going on there. Slipstream train, if you're down at the chicane, you're losing out already. Hopefully you're going to have to make some positions up early. As they go into turn 1, how's the chaos spin? Casey gets close to the back. Heavyhead through quite nicely. A bit of a gap pulling out already. Tim looked like he could have had a bit of a lunge there. Down at the back, Kaiser Platz through safely in the back markers. Phil and Sergio all through cleanly. Up the hill they race then through the famous S section, if I can get my words out. Further back, JD and KC, they're looking like they're going to go into something. We're right on board with KC. He's not going to be close enough for a move into Degner 1. Further back, Dino Rod, he's had a clean start. It's a clean start for everyone. That's quite impressive. Top 8 get points. So only 2 people in this race. Oh, and further back, Heavyhead, has he caught it? He has. Terrible Tim, he's going to look for a move round into Dunlop. No, Heavyhead has enough speed to pull away. That was a bit of a moment, and they've fallen off the back of that front train as they down this longish straight down towards Spoon. It's not straight, it's curved. Spoon, quite a tricky turn to get. You could probably... There's always time to be gained at Spoon. There's a good second or so you can find here. Down the back straight now. It's the pit lane for the West Circuit. There's a right turn at the chicane, down towards 130R. No one's really close enough for a move, I don't think. 130R, quite a famous corner. There's some deep history into the Suzuka circuit. It's one of the most highly anticipated races on the F1 calendar. It's loved by everyone. It's not a tilkodrome, it's a good circuit. Everyone loves it. Devil's already pulled out a good 2.5 lead. That's out of slipstream and he's going to run away with this if he's mistake-free. Casey, is he close enough into turn 1? Let's see, we ride on board. He's not going to be close enough, I don't think. Further back, Dino Rod's in the slipstream. He's not close enough though, as they come into turn 1. Up the hill, then it's going to be a battle further back. Terrible Tim's got past Heavy Head. He's looking for a move into turn 1. He's not close enough. Or is he? Heavy Head? Is he going to go side by side? They do briefly, and snap of oversteer kicks him upwards. And they're going to be battling all the way up the hill. Ginergy is going to be fancying to join into this. Further on, up the hill they go. Dino Rod pulling up 2 seconds as he reaches top hill down towards Degner 1. And JD, he's in second. He's having quite a solid race. KC and Dino Rod, neither of them close enough for a move into Degner. Heavy Head, he's getting a bit argy-bargy with Ginergy, and there's a bit of contact there. Oh, that's going to be looked at. That's going to probably be looked at after the race. That's unfortunate. What happened there is Tim pulled out a bit of a lead and Ginergy caught up to Heavy Head, and there was a bit of contact and argy-bargy going on, and they got pushed sideways. Ginergy's going to be fine to push up. Phil's now close enough and they could be making some moves. Who's down in 10th? No one. So we've had a lever somewhere. That's unfortunate. Down towards 130R for the second time this race. JM Devil, 3 second lead. He's quite confident. JD's got a 7/10 lead behind. As he comes through 130R, that Mazda's looking beautiful, I must say. No one's really close enough yet. They're not forming a massive bunch. So we're not seeing any moves yet. Heavy Head, he's looking to close up to close that near 2 second gap to Terrible Tim, and he does. He's very shaky. Oh, what's going on there? He's on the hard, so he's looking to go long. Ginergy, he is further back. He's looking to catch up. There's 1.5 seconds, nearing into slipstream range. So after 2 laps, JM Devil leads from JD by 3 seconds, followed by this close bunch of Dino Rod seems to be falling off a bit, but LRKC and Dino Rod 3rd and 4th. Hopefully Dino Rod can catch up and we can get a bit of a battle for the podium. Down in 5th, Terrible Tim as he comes up the hill. As Ginergy has caught up to Heavy Head, he's looking quite quick in races. They go side by side again, and through goes Ginergy. There is some problems for that Nissan GTR of Heavy Head, I believe. He's not looking quick at all. He is an Estonian kart racer. He races in the Estonian Championship. He should be a bit more on it than he is, but he's not. That's a real shame. He's down in 7th. Hopefully next time in Bathurst there can be something better. But we're only 5 minutes in. There's 55 minutes left. That is practically the whole race. They've got a long time, but stuff can happen. Strategy can pay out. JD is Casey close enough as we ride on board with him. If a good exit from 130R could be the game changer there's a bit of a slipstream train as Dino Rod seems to be catching up a bit. There's only 6/10 to it. As they come through 130R, Casey, as he almost spins on the curbs of 130R, he just about saves it. Well saved, and JD is safe for another lap into a move into that final chicane. Fastest lap then, a 1:59.031, near enough flat. Further back, half a second into it, not going to be close enough for a move into turn 1. Further back, you see Terrible Tim. He's on his lonesome in that VW. No, he's in a BMW. That's my bad. I really should have the start sheet up. Ginergy made up place for that lap. And well, Phil further back. Is he looking for a move in Heavyhead gets 1 second penalty. You wonder what's that for? Or he just catches it. He almost span it, and this race is going bad to worse for Heavyhead, and we're not even 10 minutes in. He's meant to be someone that's quite quick, but that's unfortunate as he's just falling further and further down. I wonder if there's any problems for him. Remember, he's on the hard tyres. What tyres is Phil on? Phil is a bit of bomb drafting going on there. Was the hards the right option? I don't think so. Everyone else seems to be on the soft Kaiserplatz. Has Kaiserplatz had a spin somewhere? Because he started 8th, I believe, and he's fallen down. Oh, and there's contact as Sergio forces his way through on Phil, and he's going to have a look into the Dunlop hairpin. Let's see, is there going to be any contact here? Late braking, tries to go around the outside, they're leaving a space. Heavyhead protects that inside line, there's still contact. There's contact again on exit as they touch what would be the Armco on an LMP1 car. Sergio gets through as he's on the softer compound of tyre. There's no restriction on what tyres you have to be on. There's no rules, so you could just soft it all the way. And well, what's going on here? Heavyhead, he's now ghosted as he takes a bit of a penalty. He's racing right through for this last points paying position. Phil getting all shaky at the back there as well. Heavyheaders are going to go side by side through 130R. Mercedes versus Nissan. Who's got the bigger balls? Phil bails out of it, right, so you don't really want to be doing that. We're on lap 5 now. JD's pulled out a bit of a lead here further back at the front as Dyno Rod's had a penalty. That'll be for corner cutting. That's unfortunate, as they've spaced out a bit as down at the back. So I wonder what's gone on at the front, if there's been any contact. Is Phil close enough to go for a move into turn 1? Let's find out. No, he bails out of it. Almost skids as well. Bit hectic as they're about to go up the hill. Heavyhead taking time out with that 1 second penalty he's got. Down in second, JD's now pulled out of 3 second lead, so I wonder what's happened, if there was any contact or not. As I see a bit of a tyre wear going on now. Fuel's coming up to about a third of the way done. Casey's holding that third spot, and 2.5 second penalty for Dyno Rod. He's really pushing it to the limits, but corner cuts are there. As we're approaching the 10-minute mark, as he tries to take ever so more down, and he just slows right down. He's going to get all of that penalty gone. So Dyno Rod says fuck it, he can take tiny bits out through braking, and he's lost all of it there. As Tim will be closing up to Dyno Rod, there's a good 7 second lead there. So Dyno Rod's now in thin air, as Phil looks to have gone past Heavyhead at the Dunlop hairpin. So about half a lap, a quarter of a lap, sorry, 30 seconds between them. Kaiserplatz is in that Red Bull VW livery. Oh, he just catches it there. Oversteer out of the Dunlop hairpin. I wonder what's happened with Kaiserplatz. He's down he's fallen right down. That's a real shame. Heavyhead's gone through a spoon, it looks. Phil's going to look for a move into 130. Is he close enough? He's gaining. Is he not close enough into the turn? He's looking for a move, but not quite. As it's near enough flat in these. It's only a slight lift off you really need in these GT3 cars. Nearly a 4 second lead for JD, as the field's starting to spread out quite nicely, as Dyno Rod will be looking to pull back that 5.5 second lead or 5.5 second gap that he had from serving that penalty. And well, I think everyone's starting to settle into this race quite nicely, as Heavyhead's looking for a move around the outside, catches the AstroTurf, almost spins it, and that's Sergio off in the background. That's unfortunate. He was pulling out a lead, and now he's out of the points. Top 8 get points. That's unfortunate. That's going to do his tyre wear no good at all. Is halfway through the fuel now, so around about every 20 minutes we could be seeing pit stops, so 2 stop was right. And I'm still questioning, look at the tyre wear difference. Devil has pulled out a massive gap but costed his tyres, and JD has saved his tyres, saved a bit of fuel. He's looking to go a bit longer here. That's good from him. That could be race defining. Casey's saved fuel as he goes very wide at Spoon. That's unfortunate as he goes into a full spin, catches it properly, and that's just unfortunate as he resets to track. And through goes Dynarod, and he's going to fall right down field. I was just saying he's done really well on fuel management, and Tim's going to get passed down the back straight. That is gutting for the guy that started third. Up front, Devil's not... He's setting consistent lap times there, all in the 159s. JD, he's there as well. The fuel has a massive bit taken out. Dynarod, he's now onto the podium. And down in 5th, Casey will be looking to go through, but his tyre wear's not going to... His tyres won't do any good with that. And the big question is, Sergio's caught up to Heavyhead. Has he's got another penalty? What's gone on with him? As Phil's a good 3 seconds clear now. These hard tyres were not of a play. Could Heavyhead be going for a one-stop here? He's got a bit of fuel going. Or we could be seeing a late dash as he protects the outside lane. Late move. Oh, and he's going to catch the curb and he goes out wide. Doesn't go into a full spin, but that's unfortunate. As his race goes bad to worse. If I was him, get into the pits. Get some softs on. Fuel, fresh tank of fuel and go. I won't sit around any longer on those hards. Those hards are not doing you any good. But look at that. Look at the fronts in your bottom left screen between Devil and JD. The tyre wear difference is impressive. He could double stint these if he's feeling it. His ego's a bit wide at Spoon. Spoon's catching a lot of people out, but he's... Oh, I was just about to say, he doesn't send into a full spin and Dynarod. Is he going to benefit from another spinner at Spoon? 2 laps in a row, and he's looking like he can move into second in. No, not quite. Well, Spoon's catching out a lot of people. As further back, we're seeing Genergy go through. Casey is trying to catch Tim in that 4th spot. Well, that is unfortunate. Dynarod doesn't lose a spot. Sorry, JD doesn't lose a spot, but... Well, his tyres... They're still not looking too bad. They could be worse. Always remember, the tyres could be worse. But he's seen the background Tim and comes out of the final turn. Well, they could be flat spotted. They're going to be a bit cold after that spin. And a near 15-second lead for JM Devil. He's walking away with this. He's speeding away, especially with that spin. That's really unfortunate because if JD kept it close, well, as we say that, he spins and he sets a purple first sector. That's quite impressive at the top of the hill. We'll see how it goes through the second split at the Degners. You can take a bit more curb there, run a bit wide. He's being really conservative here. Pushes a bit on the exit of Degner 2. He is still faster. Further back, Casey's still trying to close that gap to Tim. It's 1.7 seconds. How's it going on with that one? G further back, he's not really on anything. Phil's in a bit of clean air and Heavyhead. He's slowly getting rid of that penalty. He's really fuel saving here. He's only just hit half tank, whilst the rest are on a third left. So he could be going for a one-stop here, and it could be a bit of a shake-up as JD has gone purple again. He's looking fast right now. Well, you look at the tyre wear, he's putting some wear into these ones now. He knows it's coming to the end of the stint. About 4 minutes left, maybe a bit longer. And he wants to pull back that time as Devil pits. He's looking for another one. His fronts are gone. Is JD gonna go for an overlap? Is he gonna pit? Oh, I looked like he might have wanted to pit there and wanted a good in lap, and he a bit shaky. Will he take the lead? Yes, Devil's in the pit. Devil falls back into third. Dynarod's going into second. He puts on the mediums. How's that going to be for a call then? As we've seen, the hards haven't been that good. No, Devil makes it out ahead of Dynarod. His gap to Tim's falling back. Casey, is he pulling anything back on Tim? No, he's lost about a second on this lap. Genergy's in his own magical land. Sergio's got past Phil, didn't see that. I think they got through at 130. Oh, that might have been quite an amazing move and we missed that. Apologies, didn't really know they were climbing, as the spectating is not the best. So a 3-second lead for JD. His tyres are fine. Now, Devil's not gone onto the same compound, so they could go a bit longer here. Yes, he did take not quite a full tank, I don't believe. He still had fuel in the car. So I think he took a bit less fuel and will now just burn the fuel out, knowing the tyres aren't going to last. But he did then take the mediums, which is interesting. 5 tenths pulled through the first half of the lap by Devil. If I'm JD now, looking at his fuel, I don't think he's not going to be able to go through halfway. If Devil's tyre wear, the way it is slowing him down, and he might have to potentially do a free stop, he could just go for a normal strategy to see how it is, as Genergy and Phil get a bit argy-bargy, I believe. No, as Genergy goes wide at Spoon. I saw a bit of an overtake further back. Casey's ever so pulling back that lead, but he's due a pit stop soon as his tyres are gone. So we could actually be seeing a free stop here if they just do straight softs. I think because the race evolves, we're going to be seeing some other stuff. The gap's now down to 2 seconds, a second gain by Devil on that lap. Quite interesting. JD almost goes into a spin. The AstroTurf here, and the way the curves are, it's so easy to spin at turn 1 on the exit of Spoon. You see Casey pits, he's on softs. He's still got a third of his tank left, but the tyres, like I said, are gone. He's going to try and undercut them and go again. As Phil also pits, I think, further back. Heavyhead, did he pit? No, it's just Phil. Kaiser Platz is a minute down as he goes wide at Spoon. That's unfortunate. JD is actually holding his lead here, which is quite interesting because he could go longer and then he could actually try and go for a stop less. The way his fuel and tyre management's going, he could take this a long way as we're approaching the 20-minute mark. We'll be a third of the way into the race. Further back, Dynarod, his tyres, he could probably go a few more laps. He's probably going to try and go out with his fuel tank, not recommended with the way his tyres look. Tim will probably pit at the end of this lap. Genergy, he's into 5th. Well, look at that by Genergy. His tank's not even a third of the way gone, and his mediums are looking mighty fine. He's not pitted yet, has he? Casey, he's going to be looking on those fresh mediums, fresh full tank of fuel. He's going to be looking to make his way back up onto the podium. Heavyhead, let's see what he's doing. He's got some front bumper damage, so he's had some contact. He's been sent into a spin as he's approaching a minute back. I don't think he's going to have a chance at podium anymore. That's a shame. He is one of my personal favourites. I don't think the hards were really the best option. He got swamped at the start by everyone on the softs as he spins. Oh no, he just catches it, almost hits the wall. And Phil will have a good run on to Spoon. I see Dynarod pits further back, further up the field. Tim moves into 3rd, and he doesn't pit. Phil doesn't quite get it done at Spoon. Is he going to have a better run here? Phil's on fresh mediums, a better exit. He pushes it right to the limit. Oh, and loses it a bit, and Heavyhead safe for another day. Heavyhead, his fuel saving, he could be looking at a 1-stop. The amount of fuel he's got left, he's not even a third of the way there. So for a simple math here, people, a third of the tank every 10 minutes, you can do a 1-stop. So he could get his way back into this race here. And the way they're looking at the mediums, he could go again. Oh, Heavyhead pits now, so no. That's quite strange. Is he just going to take fuel? No, he takes tyres as well. He'll be refueling. JD's got a pit at the end of his lap. His tyres looking spent. But you have to tell, Devil's not closed in as much as, let's say, he would have liked. So he just wants a cleaning lap now. Burn the rest of your fuel out, keep that gap as big as possible. And on the second stint, well, they'll go again. So after third of the way done, not through all the pit stops yet. Let's have a look at Tim. He will be, yes, Tim will be pitting this. Tim's at risk of running out of fuel here. He should make it, as he's in the last sector. He's just got 130 on, a little bit to go. He should make it. JD pits. Devil might have actually had him at the chicane. Dino Rod. Let's see if he can get some positions gained with the undercut as he comes through 130R. He might. Let's see as JD's fuel comes up. Was going long the call. Can Dino Rod, as he cuts the corner a bit there, that might be a penalty. Are they refueling? Let's see as JD's out. Dino Rod will pass Tim though. As Tim goes right down, Genergy pits. He's still got a fair bit of the tank to go. He could have, Genergy could have looked at one stop. He still had a fair bit of tank, fair bit of fuel left, and his tyres were looking good. So he could have actually gone for a one stop here, and same with Heavyhead. The strategies here very interesting. We'll see how it all pays out at the end of the race, or pans out at the end of the race. But Genergy starting on the mediums and Heavyhead starting on the hards, they could have actually gone for a one stop. And I would have said it was in Heavyhead's best interest to do a one stop. There's a 20-second gap as he comes out of the pits. JD, I think the only way JD could really win this is Devil's looking flawless right now. If Devil makes a mistake, like, Spoon's caught everyone out, so there could be a mistake at Spoon, but Devil knows he's got the lead. He'll break a bit earlier into Spoon, he doesn't have to push it. But I'm thinking if the way the fuel management was going, if JD was running out of fuel, so yeah, he had to pit. But that was what, 24 minutes. He could have gone on to the mediums and had quicker at the end of the stint, gained some time. As he doesn't know this, he may not have the stream up. If he does have the stream up, it's your own fault, JD. You should have had the stream up and known this information. Because he should have looked at Devil's tyre wear as Devil's onto the mediums, because Devil knows for that stint, the softs were not with. The softs weren't working with him. Like at the end of his first stint, the softs were spent. JD may also have known that he'd gone to the mediums and went, right, we're going to go to the softs and try and close this gap down, but he's not. He's second and a half lost. Dino Rod's also putting back time though. It's a bit of an barging further back. What's gone on there? Looks like there was a move or something, but no. Oh, Dino Rod's got another penalty. He probably cut the chicane like saw further back in that 96 Porsche. 2.5 seconds. Thought I saw a battle. I am seeing a battle somewhere. I'm seeing positions change. I'm not quite sure where. Sergio, he could gain a few spots by... Oh, Phil's into the pits. Why is that? Phil changing tyres. He goes onto the softs. I think he thought the mediums weren't working, and Heavyhead goes back into 8th. Kaiserplatz, he's just vibing. Kaiserplatz is having a mad one. He's well off the pace. I don't know if Kaiserplatz has not been anywhere with anything as we're approaching the halfway stage in a few minutes' time. JD pulls the lead back a bit onto Devil now. Strategy is going to be an interesting one because JD could have gone onto the mediums. He knew that Devil's tyre wear wasn't the best, gone onto the mediums, gained Devil might actually have to do a free stop here. His fuel tank's well below halfway, and we're not even at the 10-minute mark of what you could consider the second stint. So Devil's probably gonna have to do a free stop here, and JD could have tried to push it for a longer middle stint and pitted a few laps before Devil comes in for his third stop. It's all gonna go down in the last 5 minutes or so. Devil is looking mightily quick, but his tyre wears, he's really not with it. He's really trying to push out a gap here. He's not fuel saving at all. The fuel's going right down. Further back, 8.2 lead. He's pulled it about. It was about 7 seconds, I believe. Let's just appreciate that Mazda. Take the livery off. The livery is mightily fine in British racing green for the German, but that Mazda RX, it's a Group 3 car, so Gran Turismo did it. Looks quite nice as he goes purple through Sector 1. Or it is technically Sector 2 after Degner 2, but we'll call it Sector 1. Because that tiny little gap isn't really much. So he's really looking to push back further back. Casey's, he's back up into 4th after his spin at Spoon. He's got 8 seconds to make up to Dana to go onto the podium. Terrible Tim, he looks like out of Degner, he got a bit of a lead going. Tim's having a great race. He hasn't actually been in any of the practice sessions, and he's just pulled it out, I think. Yeah, Tim's not been to many of the practice sessions, and he's having a solid point scoring day. So 31 minutes to go. That gap's come right down as JD's fastest again as he takes out that brake board. That's not going to be good, and JD wants to pull this back here. A bit shaky through the final turn across the line. This is PB, half second off the best. Now, we were saying earlier, a few hours before the race started, he's got his lucky race socks on it. It's a pair of PlayStation socks. It's got all the numbers on it. Like the triangle, circle, square, and X. I just called shapes numbers. I'm an idiot. But he has pulled out a lead to Dyno Rod of 2 seconds on that lap, and maybe the Alp will be lucky as he goes through what is the first official sector. He goes purple. So in that first sector he's really pulling out, and it just seems to be Devil pulling us out a bit through his final bit, so 130R. Probably carrying a bit more confidence. Let's see. Through Degner's, he goes purple again. He is on it through that first section. And he has pulled a bit out a bit. It always... Oh no, that is gutting. He was really pushing it, and he gets a bit of a tank slapper. He saves it from being a full spin. Suzuka is a track that will kill you, especially when you're on the limit. He knows he can win this. That's a 22nd lap, but let's have a look. His mediums and softs, Devil's due a pit stop in about 5 minutes. So he can, the way his tyres are looking, and the way his fuel's going, despite that spin, he's already pulled a bit of, he's already pulling it back. JD's on the limit here. Dino Rod and KC further back. Oh, Dino Rod's had a spin at Spoon. That's gutting. Was that lapped cars? Oh, I think there was some blue flagged cars, and Tim's looking to pull it back. And Dino Rod, all practice, all week has been second fastest. And we had a practice race. So we'll do like an open practice session, and then sometimes we'll just do a 20-minute race. Dino Rod won one of them. And that's gutting for him. Despite that moment of the Dunlop hairpin, a 201, JD's on the limit here. He really wants this. He really does want this. As he goes purple, 18.5 seconds, he's pulling it back. munches Degner one there. Will that be a penalty? I'm not too sure. Runs a bit wide, doesn't. Slight contact, and that's not the best. He's on the limit here. And that's right, let's quickly check in with the Daytona 24 Hours. If you're not watching it, don't know who's leading right now. Let's get back to the race. JD. He's really pushing it, he's really getting it down. He's on the limit. He's pulled a big gap out now to LRKC. He could make a fantastic podium here. Further back, Heavyhead, he's not had the best. As we say that, he's got more corner cut penalties. That's gutting. Penalties have been vicious. But on the mediums, he's catching Sergio. Could have a move through Dunlop if he gets a good enough exit. He's got a better exit here. He's half lap down. Sergio goes very deep there. Doesn't quite get the move done. He's going to look to do it down at Spoon. He's right on the tail. He can have it down in Spoon here. He's looking for it. He's in the toe. He pulls out wide. Late on the brakes. Oh, there's contact as Sergio goes through. As that's quite lucky as Heavyhead goes due to his penalty, and Sergio will get through. And that, due to Heavyhead's penalty, that was saved from being a massive accident. But that could have come out a lot worse. Looking for another move into 130R. He's close. Side by side for 130R, and he gets it. Sergio backs out. Sergio looks for a switchback. He's not quite close enough, and Heavyhead looks to have that move done. Sergio's not quite close enough to go for it into the chicane. He gets a good exit though. They're going to go at it again, I think, here into turn 1. There's 2 points on offer, and they're right at it. Phil, that pit stop he had earlier isn't really the best idea for him, and it's put him right down with 26 minutes to go. And strategy is going to be the big thing here at Suzuka. As Heavyhead looks to have that move done so far as they got up the hill. Devil, that gap has pulled in. It's coming up to 17 seconds as he's got a couple more laps in it. JD's softs are looking better than Devil's mediums. Now granted, Devil pitted sooner, but with the mediums having a longer life, they should be looking the same, but they're not. Oh, as Devil gets a bit shaky, JD, sorry, gets a bit shaky, catches the curve through 130R. He's really on the limit. And he's pulling this back. JD could win this. He's pulling the gap to Casey. He knows he can win this. If he's listening in, JD, this will be a shocker. As you yourself on our Instagram predicted Devil to win. We're not going to jinx it yet. We're not going to say anything, but JD, he sniffs it. He knows. He knows Devil will have to pit 3 times. Unless there's a miracle final stint and just holds everything off. Tim's, he's sitting itself 3 seconds up the road. Dino Rod, he could have him here. Maybe a bit of an undercut or something. He's only halfway through on his tank. He's been excellent. Don't write Tim off for a podium either in that BMW M3. Don't write him off. He's looking quite good as well. Dino Rod, he's catching up to Casey. He's catching up big time. The fuel difference is there. Casey's on the mediums. They're near enough at the same wear. And Dino Rod wants this podium. Well, Casey did qualify third. He did have that massive moment at Spoon, and if he can get a podium in, it's all gonna kick off in the last 5 to 10 minutes. It is all gonna happen as they come through the Dunlop hairpin. The gap to Tim and Dino Rod falls back as Genergy seems to be closing up. He's just gone fastest for his bit. Up at the front, Devil, sorry, he pits. 15 seconds. JD's coming through that final chicane. What's gonna happen? Is he close enough? Let's see, he's in the pits. It's just down to the refueling. When's he gonna be released? You see at the top right of your screen on the mini-map. When's he being released? JD's through. But how, by how much is he through? As the fueling's done now, he goes on to the softs. The mediums, well, he knows the tyre wear wasn't that good. So I think him swapping to the softs confirms it's going to be a free stop from him. He's got a 7-second lead. Now JD's softs aren't that worn either. He's still got a good 10 minutes of fuel, so they could end up pitting at the same time, near enough the same time here, as he's still setting purple sectors. JD in the lead after Devil pulled out a 20-second lead on his first stint, is now in the hunt for something here. The battle for all of the podium spots heating up now as it's 4 attempts, the gap between Casey and Dana Rod, as Dana Rod's looking for moves as they reach the top of a hill. They go side by side and they run down towards Degna 1. Dana Rod has the inside line at the top of a hill, but there's a bit of contact there as Casey is the inside line. Through Degna 1, Dana Rod's through, they left the space. That's brilliant racing from the 2 Porsche guys as Dana Rod goes wide at Degna 2. Casey goes back through. What's going to happen? Are we going to look for a move? Maybe a switch back into Dunlop? No, just sticking to the bumper, and he's going to look for a better exit and a run down into Spoon. The 2 Porsche drivers, very respectful there. Dynarod tried to leave him the space, I think, he just ended up going wide. Is he close enough? Quarter of a second in it. Don't think he is. A good exit. Dynarod has been pretty impressive on the exit of Spoon. Let's see if he gains. He falls back a bit. He's going to want to get the power down as early as he can. He does, and he's now right in that slipstream. He's going to be pushing that car. He's telling it to go as fast as he can. I don't think he's going to get him into 130R. He's gaining. It's not going to be close enough. He's going to bail out. Well, not really bail out. They weren't close enough as he pushes wide as he's really pushing here. He's just pushing. Pushing like a woman in labour. Not close enough out of 130R into the final chicane. He'll look for it into turn 1 as... No, he won't. Casey pits. Casey's mediums are spent. Casey's mediums are actually the same as Dynarod's softs. Nothing to do with fuel. They could really be... They know the fuel's fine, it's the tyres, so... Maybe put a little bit less fuel into it for a lighter car, get some quick lap times. As Casey goes to the softs, that's... Oh. You saw the top right of your screen, Casey goes onto the softs. Now if the mediums look like they did then, what are the softs going to look like? And there's 20 minutes to go. He may have to pit within the last 5 minutes. Further up ahead, the gap is slowly closing down as JM Devil approaches back marker. Poor Kaiserplatz. It's just not been his race, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. This back marker could cause problems though. Let's give Kaiserplatz some camera time. Devil will be closing up to him. You don't want to be approaching a back marker into 130R. I think he might get lucky and have him on the straight depending on how it falls. But if he closes any more, I'm having a drink. All this commentating is getting my mouth dry. Kaiserplatz goes a bit wide and... Well, that might explain why he's down at the back. That's unfortunate because he could have... There are fellow VW Beetle drivers, so maybe there's a hint of respect as Phil comes out with the pits. You know, I'll fake a mistake, let you go through. I'm not going to cause you any problems, because down into turn 1, if you're following a back marker, that could be a lot of time. Now, we said you want to be spending a third of your tank every 10 minutes. If Devil does some fuel saving here, he could get away with he could get away with a 2-stop here. But he's going to take some massive tyre saving, some massive fuel saving to get this done. and it's looking unlikely. He's gaining a few tenths here and there every lap, it seems, as JD will pit this lap. It will be his final stop, I think. So JD's wanting a good in lap. He's hoping for a good in lap. Further back, Devil, sorry, battle of the Germans. One's in a Mazda, one's in a Beetle. Only one of them being patriotic. Phil up ahead in the Mercedes. So you could effectively say, if this part of the track it's a German 1, 2, 3, but Phil's about to be lapped. Now where's Devil going to catch him? At Spoon. Oh dear. There's a lot of time gained as or was there a bit of contact at the rear? He's lost about a second there. That's unfortunate. At least for Devil. I think Phil realised blue flags got out of the way, didn't want to hold him up too much. As he comes through 130R. JD through the chicane for the final time. He'll be off with these soft tyres. Fill up the tank. And he's made it past the 20-minute mark. So he can go on to another set of softs. If softs are looking pretty good, what's the gap going to be? Is Devil comes across the pit straight. His soft tyres so far are looking good. Devil might get away with this. Might is the key word. The pressure's on for Devil though. He's got to get moving. Devil has to get his ass into gear and he has to get moving. With nearly 15 minutes to go, we're 3/4 of the race. As Tim also pits. Let's see what he's going to do. As Devil just went fastest, I believe. He just said fastest sector. 17 seconds. Fresher tyres. They're on the same compound. The tyre wear isn't as bad as we thought it would be. The question is now, can Devil fuel save until the end? Because Devil can get away with this, but he will have to fuel save, and he will have to do a bit of tyre wear saving, which means JD will be able to come down, will catch up. As he's already taken a good second out of it. And there's about 8 laps to go. They're halfway through. In one lap a second. If that's 2 seconds, that could be 2 seconds a lap. I'd say that Devil bridges the gap a bit through that middle sector. Further back, the battle for third is... oh, that gap's gone out. Dynarod will have to pit though. Look at his fronts. Oh, look at all of his tyres. He'll pit at the end of this lap. His tyres are spent. Him and KC are going to be having a big race on exit. Tim's nowhere near 21. Tim's had a solid drive. He's not someone I really would have put up there, and we say that Fishtails captures it quite nicely. He's not had a really good race. Well, Heavyhead, he's just gone purple as he's now gone onto the softs, and he will pit for the last 5 minutes. He's pulled back some time, I believe, as well. There could be... 6th is on the road for Heavyhead, and if he's on it, Tim has pitted though, and Heavyhead has to pit again. I think 6th at best for Heavyhead, which after the race he's had on the strategy. He will learn for next race in Bathurst, obviously, but things will have to change. The gap isn't going anywhere. Dynarod pits. Bit more tyre wear showing. JD is pushing here. There's 15 minutes to go. A quarter of the race left. A lot can happen. Devil in the first bit, as we see there, fastest again. Sorry, not Devil, JD. Through his first sector, he is mightily quick. It's just that last little bit, when you get to Spoon and then 130R, there's a lot of time there, as that's a long section of lap, as it's a long straight. Oh no, no, no! That is utterly gutting. As he spins it round. Third's nowhere near, but oh no! JD spins it on the exit of Degner 2 and the 30-second lead, and Devil can now push. Oh, that is gutting for the German. There was a chance. There was a chance, and he just catches the gravel, hits the wall. There was a chance he had a win. As Casey's closing down the gap at 12 seconds. That is gutting. As we only have another retirement, Phil gets a penalty. Phil, we the only one missing out on points here. There's a massive gap between him and Sergio. Phil's just enjoying the drive, I believe. As Kaiser Platz has left. Kaiser Platz in chat, hello everybody. You did wonderful. You had a nice Sunday cruise. As what was looking to be an exciting final five, potentially an exciting final 5 minutes, JD spins it and Devil utterly flawless. The only problems has been his tyre management. No penalty, no spin, no crack. He's been flawless. JD's closing that lap time down, but he's going to need to find near 3 seconds a lap now. And with Devil, that's not really going to happen, I'm afraid. That's a lot of time to be found when, look at the consistency there. 2.1, like, low 2 minutes, high 59s. It's pretty impressive. He even set a 1:56.9 on outlap, but that's an outlap, so I went faster. Won't be classed as fastest lap. Bit shaky there. The curbs very sensitive here. And Devil knows it's looking quite certain now. It's only a matter of time if he's through flawless. Half a tank left, he will get through this. The only problem will be the tyre wear. Now if he's got low tyre wear, that can send him into a spin. But he's being ever so cautious. The fuel's at halfway now. So he is on target, I believe. He is on target. And he's pulling out a bit of a lead as well. Is JD had a bit of a mistake? I'm not too sure. I might have had a mare coming through 130R. Further back, the battle for third. The gap has closed down from 3.3 to, well, it's coming back now. Well, we say it's closing and then it comes right up again. Dyno Rod, there is still a chance for putting. Let's have a look. Tyre wear compared to them. Tyre wear and fuel. Dyno Rod has more to burn on both bits. He can have something to say here. Heavyhead's caught up to Energy now. Is he still got a bit of penalty? Even he will have to pit in that number 14 Nissan GTR. Through the last turn, he was out of fuel, and he'll be on his way. JD is still pushing. He wants this. If he walks away with fastest lap, there is a bonus point for that. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. But it's looking like it could be an exciting championship. And it's a bit of a shame with that spin, because it was looking like we could have had a nice battle on our hands. His Devil's tyre wear starting to show a bit. And he's still putting in consistently good lap times. Not a single mistake. There's still 10 minutes, there's still 9 minutes to go. There is still time for a mistake, but so far 51 minutes of this race, flawless from Devil. I'm gonna hold my breath through turn 1, as it's very easy to make a mistake, as he finds the limit there with the curve. That's nice of him. Doesn't send it to a full-on spin, doesn't really ruin anything. That's all nice. The gap between Casey and Dyno Rod's closing. This final podium spot There could be a nice little battle in the final 5 minutes. We said it time and time again about number 66 BMW M3. Tim's been nowhere, and he's just been chilling. Sergio, he's near enough got to that last point spot secure, unless he's a big spin. He's got a 50-second lead to Phil. As he comes through the Dunlop hairpin, a bit shaky, but still clean. Whenever we've looked at Heavy Head, he's always had a bit of a penalty. He's always on the limits. There's only 13 seconds. He's on some fresh tyres compared to Ginergy, who's gone off at the chicane. Oh, well, Ginergy, he's got some tyre wear. He's got less fuel. I think he'll be safe. But that gap to Heavy Head will come down a good few seconds. Not by much, 3 seconds come down, but Heavy Head can pull this back. 9 seconds now, the fresher tyres. He's very quick when he's on it, just today's not been his day. You see a 1:59.6, that is the 3rd fastest lap time of the day, I believe. The gap's now down to below 2 seconds for Dino Rod. He's chasing Casey. Casey trying to do his team proud. Leon's Esports, I think I'm butchering that, but he's trying to do his team proud. Phil moves out of the way, very gentlemanlike, as they come through Spoon. And Dino Rod can see him now down the back straight, and he's hunting him. The gap to Tim's being pulled out a bit, and the gap's now come down by 5 seconds. Devil, he's on the edge of it. Maybe there was a mistake, who knows. Bit of fuel saving going on. And for the most part, it's been the first race here in the championship. It's been quite an exciting one. And it's been a few incidents here and there, but it's been relatively clean. Dino Rod, don't know what he's doing there. Is he just trying to go for fastest lap now? He might be, as he did tuck down to that right hand side like he would do on a quali lap. So he can pull us back for 3rd. There's a bigger gap you get for points from 3rd and 4th than you do with the fastest lap. But coming up the hill with the better tyre wear, he's closing it down a huge amount as the gaps come down again at the front. Look at the tyres. This final bit, Devil should now make it on fuel. It might be a tiny bit at the end, but Devil might actually have to pit now. His tyres are spent. He can make it to the end of the tyres he's on. If he pits now, he will come out ahead, get a bit more fuel. If he pits now, he will be ahead. Simple as. And he'll be safe. The gap will close down, but I don't think he'll be close enough, and with the fresh tyres, he will pull away. Or he can stay out and just hope that, despite if he goes on to fresher tyres, that... Because here's the scenario, it could come down to 3 seconds. You're not filling up a fuel, you're just taking tyres on a splash of fuel. Is JD pits? Why? Ah, JD takes a bit more fuel to get to the end. He doesn't come out ahead of Casey's. They're now getting right into it with the battle for 3rd. I think JD knows the wind's gone now. He's just trying to go for fastest lap maybe with the fresh tyres. It is a possible lap to beat, but you can beat that lap time. We've seen it in practice. We saw it in qualifying. They come up the hill. Casey a bit shaky through that left-hander. Dino Rod's not really going to be close enough here. Not really gaining much at the top. He's not going to have a really good enough run as... Yeah, despite the tyre wear, Casey... Nope, they are gaining, but he's not going to be close enough. No matter if you tuck into the slipstream, it's not strong enough to go into Degner. Maybe move at Spoon. Maybe is a lot better through Degner is Casey, but the slipstream, he's not quite close enough to go into Dunlop. A good exit though. That's exactly what Dino Rod's got, as we ride on board with him. 4th place Dino Rod, he's 3 seconds back. Up 3 tenths back, sorry. He's gaining, he's going to look for a move into Spoon, he's going to dive bomb it, no not quite. 130R maybe. Gonna have a nice exciting battle. So we said in the last 5 minutes it would hot up, there's 3 minutes to go. They're gonna go side by side down the back straight. Will Dino Rod have the speed to get through, or will we go side by side through 130R? Someone's got to bail out here. They're wheel to wheel, side by side. The Porsche's Dino Rod finally gets ahead. The inside line, there's contact. Oh! And Casey saves it back on. He runs wide, but he's back on. Dino Rod has that move done, but it's not dusted. As he moves right down the inside, Casey wants revenge and sticking to the left-hand side. Dino Rod doing an Akita Mazepin and hugging that inside line, side by side in turn 1. What a battle we're going to have here for the last... Well, there's 2 laps maybe. Yeah, 2 laps for these guys. And it's going to go right down to the wire. As the gap's closing down. Devil and JD. I think JD's plan. So 157. We see there. Now that's a pit out lap, I believe. He's fastest. Don't know if the fastest lap's reset yet. We'll have to see. But JD is really pushing this as further back. We'll have to quickly go back to this. So even though we do need to kind of see who sets fastest lap, Casey's got back through on Dino Rod. And we're going to see it again into Spoon. I don't think he's quite close enough. Dino Rod a bit shaky on the exit of the Dunlop hairpin. But look at the tyres. Casey compared to Dino Rod. You've got to have your money on Dino Rod at this point. By coming down that back straight. Tucking into the slipstream. 1/4 of a second. He's gaining. There was contact last time. Are we going to go side by side? No. They're going to bail out of it. He's not quite close enough. But the pressure is on for Casey. The tyre wear is not good. And he knows... I think he knows. After last time where Casey got the... run into turn 1, he's gonna save it and go into turn 1 as you do. JD sets the fastest lap of the race. A 1:58.7 on lap 30 here. This is the last lap. There's only 10 seconds remaining. So we go side by side into turn 1 on the last lap. It's all or nothing. Dino Rod goes through. Casey looks for a switchback. Will he have it as we ride on board up the hill? The tyre wear's not really going to be there, and Dino Rod's going to really... Dino Rod will have this. The gap's closing down up at the front, but not certain, so... I think... Let's have a look at Devil though. Devil's fuel and tyres are spent. What Devil could have done... Devil could have pitted and gone for fastest lap, and there was the chance for... JD doesn't pitting actually catches up to him because he has showing to have some good race pace, but the chance of that were unlikely. But it would have secured the fresher tyres and the fuel would have secured Devil to the end. But JD then pits. He's going to secure the gap between, because he doesn't want the tyre wear, as you're seeing people further back take. So Jenna G 6th, Heavyhead 7th, and across the line. Round the final turn, the German, what a performance. JM Devil wins round 1 of the season. JD comes through 130 on. You have to think, if it wasn't for that move, if it wasn't for that spin at Degner 2, what could have happened? we could have had a big showdown, but he did pit, got fastest lap. JD, he will just let his penalty go along. He will come across the line in the Mazda RX Vision GT3 Concept to take second, and Dino Rod on the last lap into turn 1. He will take third, and Casey takes fourth, and Terrible Tim will be the last to cross the line. That was a race and a half. Flawless by Devil. He had a few options, didn't take it, but JD in the last few laps getting that bonus point, the fastest lap. A round of applause to all drivers. As I've just realised, I've clipped that halfway through. Don't think we got the start. Oh well, it's going to be some shoddy highlights. I tell you that now. Wow. Well done to Devil. That was quite an exciting end to the race. You have to look back, as Heavyhead could have been involved there, but he had a shoddy strategy. That's not the best. Tim, he had a solid race. And Dynarod at the end takes that podium. But congratulations to JM Devil as he wins round 1 of the season. We'll see you next week, everyone, for the Bathurst 120 and then round 2 of the Gran Turismo EuroLeague Championship. A double header at Bathurst with a non-championship event on the Saturday, and then the championship round 2 event on the Sunday. Who will be taking it? Who knows? But we will see you then. Thanks for watching. I've been Ninon, and I'll